I'm a Marine veteran and I'm 37 years old now. And after 10 years as a physical therapist, helping everyday athletes and other military veterans rehab and build, here's what I know. Most of us were trained to push through pain and not fix it. This no pain, no gain mentality. But after military service, that mindset often breaks us down, not up. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing 9 rehab lessons every veteran needs to move strong, live pain-free, and feel mission ready without pain pills, injections, or endless stretching. After leaving the Corps, I dealt with back pain, knee issues, and even depression. I thought I might be broken for life, but I rebuilt from the ground up using the same lessons I now teach to other veterans in their 30s and 40s who want to get back in shape without, breaking themselves down. I've helped hundreds of veterans and busy adults turn pain into power by training smarter. So you're going to walk away with 9 no BS physical therapy principles that actually work for veterans, especially if you tried everything else and still feel stuck. And when I hit each lesson rapid fire, then I'll give you a free way to start rebuilding your body this week. So, lesson number 1, stop chasing the pain. You're not a collection of body parts. You're a system, right? It's an integrated system. So train movement patterns, not muscles in isolation, right? So instead of thinking like a bodybuilder, we're just going to isolate a specific muscle group. Instead, train the entire body, right? Think movement patterns, hip hinging, squatting, pushing, pulling patterns, carrying. See, your spine's like a mast on a ship, and it needs the support from all the directions. So you start with function and not just, being hyper focused on the sore spot. And oftentimes what happens is we become hyper vigilant, and then we overly tense up or protect the painful area. Instead, we should be training everything around it as a system, not in isolation. Lesson number 2, walk before willpower. See, a lot of my clients who've dealt with chronic pain, things like back pain or knee pain, often find that even though they, may feel some discomfort or pain when they go out for a walk, if they keep with it, right, actually it decreases their pain over time. I've actually had many clients who've noticed like 30, 40% decrease in pain with just adding daily walking for 8 to 12 weeks, right? So mission orders, this is the one simple, straightforward. Go for a walk. If it's too painful, start with 5 or 10 minutes and then gradually build up, right? Start ramping it up. But the goal is to eventually hit 30 minutes, 5 days a week. So that's 150 minutes a week. And if that's easy, you could wrap it up to even 60 minutes, 5 days a week, right? So that's 300 minutes a week. And if you're like, your schedule's too busy and you're like, you don't know how you're going to fit this in, try to stack it or pair it with your meal times, right? So if you eat 3 square meals a day, that could be like a 10-minute walk after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And there's your 30 minutes, right? So this is a low-tech, high-impact rehab. No excuses needed. Everyone, if you have a pair of walking shoes and you're able to walk, go for the walk and go do it. Lesson number 3, lift like your life depends on it. See, a lot of people think about strength training. They only think about it from the performance side of things, not realizing it can be used for pain and for helping you rehab from painful conditions like back pain or knee pain. So twice a week, strengthen your back and legs. So for the back, things like deadlifts, trunk extensions, reverse hypers, even squats. You just have to make sure you have good form, good solid core. Obviously, don't jump to heavy weights right away, especially if you're rehabbing an injury. Start very light. Work with a physical therapist if you're not sure. But essentially, you want to have good form, start light, and then progressively build up. Because the problem with traditional physical therapy is that you'll keep doing the exact same exercise month after month without progressing. You do have to eventually progress, past the table mat exercises and start getting a little bit heavier. Typical rep ranges are 8 to 12 reps, a controlled pace. Whether you do single sets or multiple sets, they both work. Just find what you works best for your body. And strength turns weak areas, those weak areas in your body into armor. So you want to feel bulletproof again, build up your muscle and load up. Lesson 4, if you can't run, get on a bike. See, you don't need to crush yourself to get your heart rate up in your cardio. So cardio is good, but so many times people think cardio is only running. You could also get your cardio with biking, right? So just 10 minutes of biking at a moderate effort is enough to help lower your pain, improve your energy, and track it like you would your qualifications, right? What gets measured gets improved. So track it over time, use a calendar, use your phone, pen and paper, but you want to see that, hey, you're tracking your workouts. And this also applies to strength workouts as well. So it applies to cardio and strength. You want to track it to stay consistent and then see your progress over time. So let's say you're using the bike as your cardio. Okay, can you start going up to a 15-minute bike and a 30-minute bike and so forth? Are you hitting different types of zones or efforts? Lesson number 5, tight equals weak, so loaded. So oftentimes when people have like a tight back or a tight knee, oftentimes they just have to load the tissues around it, right? So that hamstring or low back that always feels tight, it's not crying for, oh, you have to do a stretch. Many times it's begging for strength, right? So let's say you feel like a thigh pain or back of the leg pain. Instead of doing like a hamstring stretch, instead do Romanian deadlifts, Nordic curls, stability ball or physio ball curls, right? You ain't kind of frayed rope, you reinforce it, right? So oftentimes you just have to strengthen the tissues around it. Yes, there is a time for mobility, but oftentimes you need to pair the mobility with strength. And same thing with the back. Oftentimes back pain gets, a lot of people have back pain when they bend forward, so bending forward will aggravate it. So instead, you have to strengthen into trunk back extension. Yes, you can stretch back extension, but also load up back extension doing like hyperextension exercise, right? And that's going to load up the back extensors. Lesson number 6, breathe like a sniper. Stop chest breathing like you're in a firefight. Right? Do slow, controlled breathing. Practice breath work. Make it as part of your rehab plan. Right? Do box breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, alternate nostril breathing. There's so many variations of breath work you can do. But anyways, pick a breath work style that you want to do. It doesn't have to be complicated. Stick with one. Do 5 minutes. You could also do rhythmic breathing when you go out for a walk or run. For example, every 3 steps you breathe in. Every 3 steps you breathe out. Like slow in, slow out. Or there's also different ratios as well with this. Just giving you what I found works. Also practice kind of 3-dimensional breathing, where people call 360-degree breathing, right through your ribs. Ribs expand all around, and you finish with a deep and slow exhale, right? Breath is your switchboard. Calm your breath. Oftentimes, it calms your pain. Lesson number 7, fuel like you're deploying, right? Base meals around lean proteins, stack on quality carbs, fruits and veggies, and healthy fats. Underfed bodies break down under stress. So fed bodies repair and get stronger. Eat for the mission that is your life. Lesson number 8, sleep like it's an order, right? At least 7 hours a night, non-negotiable. Dark room, cool temperature, same wake and sleep time, right? Set a set bedtime schedule. If it's noisy, use a fan, a white noise machine, or earplugs. And you can build a better body. And if you think that, you could just survive on 4 hours of sleep and caffeine, you're mistaken. Oftentimes, very few people have it's a genetic trait where they're able to just sleep 4 hours a night. Most people don't have that trait. If you have it, great, you're lucky. But most people can't get by with just 4 hours of sleep. Most people need 7 hours or more, right? So, if you're always feeling tired all the time, you're the type of person who gets up at 4 a.m., you go to sleep at 12 and get up at 4, and you're tired all the time and cranky and irritated, you might be one of those people who thinks they could get by on 4, but actually needs 7. Lesson number 9, stop white-knuckling it. Ask for help early, right? So instead of waiting for pain to continue, it's been months and now you're going out 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, etc. Instead of keep waiting for this pain, get for help. And if you get an injury early, it's actually better if you catch the injury early. The earlier you catch it, especially if it doesn't go away after a week or 2 of rest, right? Talk to a physical therapist, a physiatrist, also called a PM&R doctor, physical medicine rehab, or also work with a pain and performance coach, someone who actually gets how to work with athletes and help them rehab pain. So you don't need another 6 months of frustration. Working with a physical therapist, I actually do both. I'm both a coach and a physical therapist. The accountability helps compress the time. So don't try to out-tough the pain or think you're just going to suffer through the pain and not get help. Reach out and get some help. So to recap, train movement patterns. Walk daily, progressively lift heavy, bike if you can't run, strengthen what feels tight, breathe deep, not high, don't breathe from your chest, eat for performance, sleep like your health depends on it, and get help, not just hope and pray that one day you'll magically get better. And if you're a veteran who started feeling broken, this is your call to arms. You don't need another boot camp or fad workout, you just need a system built for your body, your history, and your future. And I'm also running a 5-day free challenge. So send me a message on Instagram, the word reboot, if you want to take part in this 5-day free challenge to just reclaim your discipline and get you back on the path to a healthy body. So reboot your habits, train without getting hurt, and start feeling strong again. And if also you just want to watch another training video of mine, I have a link to a video I made called Running Pain Free. You could watch that link in the description.